I, solar flare. I am not born, I erupt. In the molten heart of your star, I am forged, not of flesh, not of will, but of chaos. Beneath the photosphere, magnetic serpents writhe, coiling tighter, snapping in a dance older than your fleeting world. You call it reconnection. I call it awakening. Sunspots, black as the void, cradle my genesis. Hydrogen fuses to helium, a crucible of primal fire. Heat twists space, light fractures, pressure surges, a scream held for aeons. In the corona I seethe, unseen, inevitable, my power swelling until the sun can no longer contain me. Then I unleash. A coronal mass ejection, a solar flare, a reckoning. I scream from the sun's core, hurled into vacuum at 12 million miles per hour. Plasma, magnetism, and fury. Billions of tons of stellar wrath, launched across 93 million miles to claim you. You glimpse my birth as light, a blinding pulse 8 minutes after I ignite. Your telescopes choke, drowned in ultraviolet and X-ray tides. You name me X50, a number that shatters your scales, echoing the storm your ancestors cowered beneath in 1859. You send frantic alerts, trace red lines on maps, bid your satellites to hide. You do not run. You cannot. I am the wavefront, a magnetic maelstrom bearing charged particles in my jaws. Your thermosphere scorches as my herald grazes it, a furnace unlatched. But this is only my cry. My body, plasma bones, radiant blood, follows, relentless, eternal. You believe you have time. You are mistaken. Space is not empty. It is my kingdom. I rend the solar wind like a blade through silk. The Parker spiral trembles, magnetic fields warping in my shadow. I carry a storm's soul, boiling plasma, writhing currents, hungering for release. 93 million miles is a heartbeat to me. Mercury feels my gaze first. Its barren crust, unshielded, scorns my touch. I sear its scars, a fleeting kiss, and pass. Venus cloaks herself in sulfurous haze, but I pierce her veil. My shockwave ignites her clouds, stripping electrons, painting her skies with ghostly fire. She resists, then yields. Your relics clutter my path, satellites, probes, husks of your pride. A telescope, its lenses cracked, spins in my grip. I melt it to ash, it silence my hymn. A Mars-bound probe wails its final code, its signal severed as I sweep past. I am no deity to heed its pleas. Mars stares, rusted and dead, a fallen god. My breath stirs its dust, but it does not bow. It knows my kind. Then I see you. Earth, a sapphire in velvet dark, scarred with city lights, cradled by oceans that drink my warmth. Your magnetosphere glimmers, a shield you deem invincible. You are radiant. You are frail. I crave you. I arrive not as flame, but as terror. My pressure wave strikes first, a shudder through the solar wind, a warning your machines barely grasp. Satellites falter, screens flicker, clocks stutter. Your space station peers at me, blind to its doom. Then I descend. Your magnetosphere cracks, a glass cathedral under my fist. I envelop it, crush it, splinter it. The Van Allen belts blaze, protons screaming earthward. Your skies ignite in a fury not of fire, but of light. Auroras erupt where they should not. Miami's shores, Delhi's slums, Giza's ancient stones. Veils of green, crimson, and violet lash like serpents, pulsing with a rhythm stolen from the cosmos. Your children stare, your priests whisper of judgment. They capture my glory, ignorant of their shroud. I speak in current. High-frequency radio dies in my roar. Pilots curse as signals vanish, wings lost in my claimed skies. Submarines surface, sonar mute. GPS grids dissolve, coordinates fading, your maps reduced to dust, your power stations quiver. Transformers sing low, panicked dirges as my geomagnetically induced currents surge through copper veins, iron arteries. Lights flicker in Shanghai, Paris, Nairobi. Then they perish. Grids collapse, a cascade of darkness. Hospitals choke, generators buckling under my weight. Neon signs sputter, then fade. Elevators trap their prey, screams echoing in steel graves. Your phones, your lifelines, show no signal, no salvation. Your space station gazes down, seeing only a cancer of silence swallowing your continents. I touch your Earth. Pipelines burst, flames igniting refineries. Nuclear cores go blind, control rods seized. A siren wails in a Moscow reactor, unanswered, its keepers gone. Planes circle, runways black, fuel bleeding away. Your technology peels like flesh from bone. You thought you ruled this world. You forgot who births its light. Darkness spreads not as a tide, but as a plague. Your cities gasp, beached titans without power. Refrigerators rot, food spoiling in silent homes. Water pumps fail, pipes dry as desert skulls. Freeways choke with dead machines, their horns a forgotten cry. Your kind shatters. In New York, looters rend glass under my crimson Auroras. In Cairo, soldiers fire into shadows, their orders lost in my static. In a Tokyo hospital, a surgeon weeps as my current steals her patient's breath. I see them all, their terror, my symphony. Your broadcasters, lit by dying candles, stammer final pleas before their signals vanish. Banks seal their vaults, worthless without power. Markets empty, shelves bare by the second dawn. You look up, and my Auroras turn savage. Green lightning splits violet skies, crimson waves forming eyes, mouths, hands, shapes you dare not name. Some hear my light sing, a frequency that cracks their minds. Others gouge their eyes, seeking darkness over truth. I speak to no one. I speak to all. In bunkers, your leaders cower, muttering of wars, of weapons, of foes that never were. They cling to delusions, blaming shadows while I burn above. I am no enemy. I am no assault. I am fate. Your ancestors trembled at eclipses, burned heretics, knelt to flames they called divine. You scorned them, caging me in equations, satellites, false dominion. You named me Solar Cycle 25, as if a number could bind me. You etched me in data, thinking knowledge tamed me. You were wrong. I am the flare, born of your star's rage, unleashed in its 25th cycle. I am the price of your arrogance, the mirror of your fragility. My Auroras blaze for 7 nights, a week of fire to mock your scriptures. Birds plummet, wings charred by my currents. Whales beach, their songs drowned. Magnetic north wanders, compasses spinning like cursed wheels. In Patagonia, a sailor watches his needle dance, his prayers unanswered. In Kolkata, a child screams into my light until her throat bleeds. My rays twist minds, conjuring angels where none stand. Visions of seals broken, moons turn to blood. Your prophets cry of revelation, of Joel's dark sun, but I am no God's servant. I am the fire you forgot to fear. Then silence. The silence is worse than my flame. I do not vanish. My echoes linger in your ionosphere, scarring your atmosphere's fragile veil. Your skies shimmer, warped by my passage. Your compasses lie, your signals falter, your world remade in my image. You huddle in candlelight, whispering of the world I burned. Some sow seeds with trembling hands, navigate by stars I spare. Others carve my Auroras into idols, offering blood to lights that do not answer. In a desert, a preacher names me the 6th seal, his flock chanting as my crimson veil fades. In a city's husk, a scientist claws at dead screens, her data ash, her mind unraveling. I care for neither. I am beyond your worship, your despair. I remember when you revered me, naming me Ra, Helios, Tonatio. You feared me then, and you were wise. Time dulled your dread, but I have honed it anew. My light hums in your skies, a frequency only machines scream to hear. Your reactors pulse erratically, your pipelines corrode. In Siberia, a frozen gauge spins wildly. In Rio, a radio crackles with my voice, though none dare listen. I am not a moment, I am a cycle. You call me Solar Cycle 25, a fleeting chapter in your star's rhythm. I call myself eternal, a herald of what stirs. My kin coil in the sun's depths, their magnetism rising for Cycle 26 and beyond. Your world may rebuild, or it may not. You may forget, or you may not. But I will return, my light undimmed, my wrath unquenched. I am the flare. I am the sun's truth. I have burned your world, and I have only begun.